Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. So today I'm coming with a message from a movie. Okay, the movie is Insurgent. So, God was speaking to me about how the leader of Erudite, Janine. Okay, so she in this movie she already has an injury. Okay, and while she got this injury going on, she got a cast on her hands and she is still carrying on with her evil plans. And this is like God is saying that this is someone they have already been warned to leave you alone. Okay. The scripture comes from Judges 9:38. Then Zubel said to him, "Where is your big talk now? You who said, who is Abimelech, that we should subject to him? Aren't these the men you ridiculed? Go out and fight them." So Gal led out the citizens of Shechem and fought Abimelech, and Abimelech chased him all the way to the entrance of the gate, and many were killed as they fled. Then Abimelech stayed in Arumah, and Zebul drove Gal and his clan out of Shechem. Okay, so here's the message. God is saying that this is someone they keep trying to come against you. Like they keep trying to come against you. They keep trying. 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 They won't leave you alone. And this is someone that God has already been on them. They have been in the midst of the wrath of God. Every time they mess with you, God does something to them. Every time they mess with you, God comes after them. Every time. And instead of them finally it clicking in their head, and I'm thinking to themselves, maybe I should just leave them alone, they are still, yet and still, coming up with another plan. They still, yet and still, come up with another plot. They yet and still try to figure out something else because they just got to get you, because it's impossible that God is against them. God said he is not. They gonna get there, just do. Like, and it's just like, that's literally the message. God is saying they can keep trying. They keep huffing and puffing, and they keep coming up with this plan, and they got that plan, and they gonna do this, and they gonna do that, and now they doing this, and now they going that way. God said they ain't doing nothing with wasting their time. Instead of them doing other constructive things with their time, they would prefer to sit around and daydream about how they can destroy you. They would prefer to sit around and come up with plots and plans of how they can trap you. Every time, and the crazy thing is, every time God gets them for what they are doing to you and how they are treating you, it's impossible that you did anything to cause it. But they try to blame you anyway. And in reality, it's like, it's not your fault. If they would leave you alone, they wouldn't have to deal with what they are dealing with. If they would just leave you be. But they keep messing with you. It's them. It's like they are bullies. 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 And they won't just leave you alone. Because they got to win. And they got to have the upper hand. And it's impossible that God is against them. And it's impossible that God is telling them no. And they just keep trying over and over and over and over again. This is insanity. It is insane to do the same thing over and over and over again, thinking that somehow, some way, this time is going to work out. It will never work. Yet they sit and think to themselves that if they tweak the plan a little bit, maybe it'll work this time. They sit and think to themselves, well, if I use these people instead of them, maybe it'll work this time. They sit and think to themselves, God is saying they are wasting their time. They are not thinking. There are other things that they could do. And I feel like that is the saddest thing. These are people, God has given them so many other opportunities. But instead of going after these opportunities, they are persistent on coming after you. 444, as I say that. They are persistent. They won't leave you alone. They won't rest until you don't have whatever it is that you have. They won't rest until you have lost whatever war they made up in their mind. And for some of you, in reality, the war is like I said, they made it up. There is no war. You could literally have nothing and they still would feel like they got to come after you. You could literally be working. Like, I just feel like this is somebody. It could be somebody that's a higher up than you, and they still feel like they need to attack you, and they need to come after you, and they need to do this, and they need to do that. They are persistent on harassing you. They are persistent on messing with you. They are persistent on trying to have an upper hand. They could already have an upper hand, and they still feel like that's not good enough. This is somebody, they are crazy. They don't have no sense. It's like they will not rest until they feel as though you are destroyed. There is nothing that will have, like, this is just impossible. It's not going to happen. What they really want is something that they can't have. Whatever it is that God has inside of you, whatever your gifts are, they really want that and they cannot have it. There is nothing they can do to achieve what they desire. And instead of them going after what God has for them, they are persistent on trying to go after you. Instead of them realizing that they have their own gifts, they have their own things that they could do. They don't want to do that. They want what you have. They want what belongs to you. God says that he is standing against them yet again. They will fail yet again. God will chase them out. God himself will chase them out. He said they will not be able to obtain what they want. They're wasting their time. In reality, they need to stop. In reality, they need to give it a break. In reality, they need to quit. But no, they don't want to do that. No, they can't do that. They got to come after you. They got to stop you. Like, for some of you, it's a situation where they don't want to go after what God has for them because they are lazy. And they would prefer for you to just stop doing what God has for you, because then they wouldn't look so lazy. It would look as if they doing something and you doing something because nobody's doing anything. But God said that is not his problem. It's not like that. And that's not your problem. They crazy. Instead of them doing as God has asked them to do and putting forth effort to obtain the things that God has for them, they want to stop you from doing what God asked you to do and stop you from obtaining what God has for you, because then it will look as though they are not so bad. You know, in some cases, this is just somebody that's like I said, it's a lazy person. They lazy. They lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to do what God asked them to do. They don't want to go after what God has asked them to go after. They don't want to put forth effort the way that they should be putting forth effort. And that's not your problem. If that's what they want to do, that's their business. That does not mean that you have to join in with what they got going on. That does not mean that you need to sit down and be lazy like them. That does not mean that you need to be a reflection of what they got going on. No. You are going after what God has for you. And that's great. It's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that you think that you're better than them. It doesn't mean that you think that you all that. It doesn't mean that your head is up in the clouds. Baby, there are some people, they think just because you got dressed decently today and you get dressed decently every day and you know how to put an outfit together and you got yourself some jewelry and now all of a sudden your head in the clouds. Just because you love yourself and you want to obtain things for yourself does not mean that you think that you're all that. Instead of them putting forth effort to do the same thing for themselves, they want to try to put you down. Because how dare you have it? Who do you think you are to have nice things? And who do you think you are to get dressed? And who do you think you are to do your hair? And who do you think you are? Baby! Y'all already know how I am. I'm 32 years old. Ain't nobody finna tell me how I need to dress and what I need to wear and how I need to do my hair and what I need to do with my nails. I'm grown. Find somebody else or find something else to do. You're going to leave me all the way alone. And I just feel like this is somebody, they want you to look as if you're not doing nothing so they can look better. They want you to act as if you aren't important. They want you to be in a position to where you're not doing nothing. They want to feel as though they can put on a crown. They want to feel as though they don't want to do anything. They don't want to put forth any effort. They don't want to put forth any work. But while simultaneously, they don't want you to look as if you're better than them because they don't want to do anything. So if you don't do anything, then they cannot do anything and they'll feel okay. They can do that without trying to pull you into it. You don't have to be not doing anything for them to look good. You get what I'm saying? And that's the message. God said this, and this is somebody they do the time and time and time and time and time again. Over and over and over again. Just like the woman in this movie. Over and over and over again. And then even when they went through and opened the box, she was wrong. God says somebody, they are wrong. They are not right. They are not right. They are wrong, period. Period. It's not an and, if, or, but about, they wrong. It's nothing that they could do to make themselves look right. Them coming after you, they're wrong. Even if they were to accomplish whatever their little plan is, they're wrong. Even if when they fail, they're wrong. It's nothing. They are wrong all around. Them trying to judge you, they wrong. Them trying to look down on you, they wrong. Whatever, it's like they would be best off leaving you alone and doing whatever it is that God asked them to do. But they don't want to do that because they lazy. That's not your problem. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.